FOG Andrew here, and the coach here for Family Gamers. Welcome, War Gamers, to an exciting, awesome, unmatched, I guess, news video. I guess is that what you want to call this?
Let's say a breaking news video.
Breaking news. So this is a crazy day because the T-Rex versus Dr. Sattler, or Dr. Sattler versus T-Rex, has kind of been revealed. So Restoration changed their banner on Twitter to the box art of the new Jurassic Park T-Rex versus Dr. Sattler box. So we're getting that soon. So we're going to be talking about some of these pictures that have shown up on Board Game Geek's website. But before we do, if this is your first time here, why don't you consider subscribing to the channel? We have a bunch of unmatched videos that we have planned for coming out in the future, as well as some other unmatched videos. We got battle reports, unboxings, reviews, all that good stuff. So check out that stuff that we have and also the other stuff we got on the channel. But without further ado, let's get into it. So here's the box, of course, looking very nice. It's Dr. Sattler versus the T-Rex. Now, if you get the box on Restoration's website, you actually get Ian Malcolm as a model because he's the sidekick. He's not actually, he's a token in the actual set. But if you get an exclusive model of him if you order it only on Restoration's website. So that's kind of interesting. But we talked about this picture. If you haven't seen that already, we talked about that already. But this is the stuff that we really want to talk about.
So
here.
now, where is this picture like officially from Restoration Games?
I have no idea. Floris Ofzo said this is what's inside the box, and then we'll talk about what Jordan Booth had to say on the bottom there.
Okay.
But as you can see the T-Rex's model. You can see Dr. Sattler's model here. So we have 27 health for the T-Rex, which we talked about already, and 13 health for Dr. Sattler, which is pretty low. I mean, compared to, all the other fighters, like I think the other ones that have 13 health are Robin Hood and Dracula. So those are pretty low. Yeah, it's a low health, but it kind of makes sense.
What does Ian Malcolm have? What would he have?
I don't know, but it doesn't show his health dial. It just shows his token.
All right. And also, the thing I noticed were those leaves.
These here?
And they have some kind of like biochemical attached to it or whatever. Maybe that has something to do with healing or whatnot that you put around the board.
Yeah, the description of the actual set says that Dr. Sattler uses her environment to basically win the battle. So I don't think she's necessarily, like going in and attacking like crazy. I think she's using those leaves or the environment or parts of the board to actually fight. But
is she gonna like almost kind of set traps for the T-Rex, and when he steps on she, because we were corrected in a video, when she steps on the leaves or goes through the leaves, that maybe it does something to her?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what actually happens. We don't have any word on what the tokens actually do, but I'm sure, once the box comes in, we'll get a good idea of what the tokens do. Now this dial is huge here. This is a really big token here. 27 health is, like we talked about in the last video where we talked about the T-Rex model. It's crazy. For 27 health is ridiculous. Now you might think like, 27 health, like how is that fair? Compared to fighting all the other fighters in Unmatched. Well, if we take a look at one of the cards here that's revealed, it is for the T-Rex. It's a 2 damage attack.
You can click on it and it'll get bigger. There you go.
There we go. It's a 2 damage attack. Okay. Now, it's very blurry, so we're gonna have to scroll down because Jordan Booth has what it says. So T-Rex, when dinosaurs ruled the earth, during combat you may boost this card. After combat, if you won the combat, you get to draw a card, gain an action, but you take 2 damage. So if you're using this card in the beginning of the game, that already brings you down to 25 health. So
And it's only a 2 attack.
It's only a 2 attack, and it's if you won the combat. But you can boost the card. So by boosting, you could win the combat. Again, it's only a 2. It looks like the boost value for this card is a 3. So he's got to have other 3s in the deck. So if you're going to boost this attack, you'll probably get a 5. That's pretty good.
See, I'm wondering how the T-Rex will do against, say, the Marvel models, or even just the other characters in Unmatched. You know,
Yeah.
How is a 2 attack with a boost going to go through, and also how fast are you going to go through the deck if you're going to have to boost all your attacks?
Yeah, and even if you, I mean, the other thing is too. Let's say he gets exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
The T-Rex. She gets exhausted. You got over 20. You're at 27 health.
Right, that's
you're
a lot.
Unlikely to actually get,
I mean, it could happen.
killed from exhaustion. It could happen if, like there's a ton of attacks going into you.
Think about like big, like say. Now we are not competitive gamers. We'll just say that, and Unmatched. So we're talking strictly, fun games here. Jekyll and Hyde or Sinbad can really put out a lot of damage. You can do that. Luke Cage can put out a lot of damage if you play the cards right. So those guys, I think, can do damage to the T-Rex as far as this. But then with a card that takes away, your own health, that's a great card though. You boost it, you get an extra activation and all this stuff, but then you lose two health points. It's good and terrible at the same time,
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible though for the T-Rex, but again, with that 27 health, you're only taking 2 damage. So maybe, just maybe, the other cards that he has also she has makes him take 2 damage, or takes some damage from doing, like, not massive damage, but gaining actions, drawing a card, but you take 3 damage, or you get to draw 2 cards, but if you decide to draw a third card, then you'll take 5 damage, like something like that, maybe. And who knows how the defenses are for him too.
Right.
Like her defenses could be not good for the T-Rex. So that's that.
Before you go on next, I know we talked about it in the other video, but look, that's a sweet model right there. I know you wanted to paint these, but I think I'm gonna have to pull seniority. I want to paint the T-Rex. Maybe paint it exactly like Jurassic Park. How the T-Rex is the same color scheme, but it's pretty cool. And I tell you what, the Dr. Sattler looks just like the actress.
Yeah.
So very, very cool. I tell you what, Unmatched. I don't think their minis get enough credit. I think their minis are on par with a lot of other companies. So this is pretty sweet, man. I mean, as a miniature collector, painter, player of miniature games, these guys are up top, man. They're top notch.
Yeah, the models are just insane, especially the T-Rex. I love it. So then the next card here is for Dr. Sattler. All right, it is a 0 versatile card with a 3 boost. All right, it is. I think we're back in business. During combat, the value of this card is equal to the number of cards in your hand.
That's crazy.
Meaning that this is potentially a 7.
Well, wouldn't it be 6 because you have to play the card? But then again, you can draw cards. So you can actually be at 7, move,
go to 8,
and then
play
the card and be at 7. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's potentially a 7, or if there's other cards in her deck, we don't know yet, but if there's other cards in her deck that let her draw cards as a defense ability, then you could have more cards in your hand.
Right.
So let's say she defends, she draws 2 cards. That brings her to, let's say, 9 cards. Then when it comes to her turn, she doesn't have to draw down until, or discard down until the end of her turn. So that, let's say she plays a card, it could be an 8. But like I said, we don't know if that's the case in her deck yet.
I have a feeling that this is just one of the cards, because those iconic scenes when the dinosaurs ruled the earth, and I think we're back in business. Quotes from the movie, or at the end of Jurassic Park 1. Spoiler alert! When the sign falls, when the T-Rex is in the pagoda, and it's that's what it is. So they're gonna use that. I think she's gonna be more of a, I would say, defensive character, or more of a sneaky character using the leaves. You know what I mean? She's not going to be like this massive attacking character.
Right. I mean, it is a versatile.
Something different. Something we haven't seen. Well, we haven't seen, the T-Rex is the first of its kind type of model, so maybe she's going to be unique in that way.
I mean, I think both of these are going to be like very unique to Unmatched. T-Rex taking up 2 spaces essentially, and Sattler not really seeming like she's going to be an attacker. She's going to be more of a defender. They're both going to have interesting play styles, I think. And Sattler, it could be a 7 attack or a 7 defense, depending on how many cards you got in your hand. So that's a very powerful card if you have a lot of cards in your hand, of course. And we get a little sneak peek of the actual board in the background. We can't really get too good of a look at it, but no. I mean, it's another board.
What's under her card over there? Do you see it? Right here. What is that?
Oh, maybe that's some. This here. Maybe that's some kind of building. Maybe, I don't know. I can't really.
They're covering up, man. They're teasing us.
Yeah. So that's pretty much everything.
So that's all the pictures we have now?
That is all the pictures that we have on Board Game Geek's website. Definitely check out the website. You could check out the pictures for yourself on there. Thank you to Jordan Booth for actually translating the blurriness of the cards for us so we can actually read them.
Right, thank you, Board Game Geek, for throwing this up there for us to check out.
Yes. So that is it, guys. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. I'm interested for you guys to chime in and actually talk about this. We'll have a nice discussion down in the comments. Check out the Discord. We could also talk in there, as well as our Patreon. Now, there is a video on screen that you must check out because that is what the algorithm says you have to check out. So check out that video.
Before you check out the algorithm has picked for you, you got to check out and you got to subscribe because you're going to get all this hot goodness that we put out.
Yes, stay tuned for more Unmatched videos, and we'll see you in the next one.